So today I want to talk to you about the force that is momentum and how sometimes it's just indescribable why it does what it does and how it does what it does and why it would be amazing if we could learn how to bottle this amazing force. So keep watching, keep listening, hope you find it useful. Welcome back to consecutive day 1679 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today's topic is all about the amazing force that is momentum and how it affects so many facets in our lives. But before we begin, please remember that this is a fundraiser to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, a distance of lap of the world, barefoot style. So do give this a subscribe. As more people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every day. So back to the topic at hand, momentum. It's interesting one to kind of discuss today because it's something that affects us all in so many different ways. When I go back over the years, I can think of how momentum has affected my world in so many different ways. Going back a long time ago, when I used to play squash at a pretty high level within the county, and I ended up finishing my squash career when I had my first child, but I ended up on an 18-month winning streak, so a year and a half worth of wins, which was unbelievable. And it almost felt, I remember during that period of time, it felt that even when I was in tough battles, which I was in a lot of the time, that I just had this kind of force or some power behind me that enabled me to overturn adversity and kind of come through the victor. You look at professional sport, and we look at some of the top tier Premier League football teams. You look at how Manchester City have basically been the best club team in the world, and of late they've gone through like a 10-match period without winning anything, and the weakest of teams have been beating them or drawing with them, and there's no explanation for it. They haven't turned bad overnight, but they've just got this huge amount of momentum, negative momentum in this case, against them, which is affecting their results. Manchester United, another team, a team that I support, and they've had a new manager come in. Everyone was thinking that this is going to turn the tide, but in actual fact, the players can't get used to the system, and they've got this kind of weight of negative momentum against them, where they've lost multiple games in a row now, and again, things are looking really, really tough. And then you come into my kind of entrepreneurial career. I've had times where the momentum of sales activity has been so strong and powerful, it's taken us kind of 3 or 4 rungs up the growth ladder in a very, very short space of time. And I've also had periods on my entrepreneurial journey where it's felt like just knock after knock after knock, and the weight of this force has been pushing me back and back and back, almost trying to impede upon me making any form of progress at any point in time. And it's times like that where I just kind of question this force. How can you set it up so it works for you rather than against you? And how can you ride the crest of the wave of when you've got that magical momentum force behind you? And ultimately, it's one of those things in this life that's just very difficult to describe from an evidence, fact, logic, rational kind of viewpoint. It's like a external force which cannot be controlled. It's like the wind. It blows in whichever direction it wants, and when it's blowing for you, you need to kind of jump on and hang on for as long as you can. And when it's going against you, you need to turn a corner or find some shelter to protect yourself from it as quickly as you feasibly can. There's no way that I know how to bottle it. I think that when things go well, you can almost get signs of how that momentum force is going, which direction it's going, and you can try and position yourself in the best possible way to kind of jump on that momentum force when the opportunity presents itself. But control it, harness it, bottle it, you just cannot do. And I think that's what makes it such an amazingly powerful force in life in general. I know it's quite haven't really answered my question today, but I think the learnings from my diary today is that understanding momentum is really, really important, and understanding how powerful it can be. And when it's working for you, you can almost feel invincible, unstoppable in your quest for whatever your direction you're heading in. If you've got momentum behind you, you'll get there far, far quicker. If you're struggling in life and you feel that momentum is being pushing you back constantly, you need to try and find a way to kind of shelter yourself from it, to turn the corner so that you've moved out of the negative momentum force. But just understand that although you can't control it and you can't ultimately influence it, you can on occasion see the signs of which direction it's going. And if you position yourself correctly, you can hopefully jump onto some of that force to springboard you forward. And I've seen many situations where a little opportunity has been presented to myself. I've taken some action. I've seen a couple of little telltale signs that there's something's going to take off, and I've just jumped in. Unfortunately, it's caught the momentum, and I think that's really, really important that you kind of keep an eye out for these signs. Equally, well, not equally at all, because it's often the positive, opportune momentum signs that you can see. It's quite difficult to see the negative ones against you, because we like to often wear our rose-tinted glasses, and I think that's a harder sign to see with the signs of negative momentum, but you need to be aware of them, and that's where kind of contingency planning comes in to play. Having different contingencies to prepare for different scenarios is a good way of trying to hedge your bets against negative momentum, but that's not to say that it's not going to get you and it's not going to hurt you. So just be aware. So ultimately, in summary, momentum is a truly amazingly powerful force. It can work for you or against you. You can't control it. You can often see the signs of when you can potentially gain momentum, and you can sometimes see the signs when you can protect yourself against negative momentum. But it's really, really important you understand it and try and use it to your advantage rather than disadvantage, because it is an unbelievably powerful force. But anyway, that's it from me. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Do remember though, if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children, I'm just going past some people, so just bear with me a second. And then guys, if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days of distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style, do give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.